Welcome in. Thank you all so much for joining. Welcome in to this Texas Family Childcare statewide virtual event. Wonderful to see some new faces, some familiar faces. Hello. Wonderful. We're going to just give it around another minute or so, and then we will get started on today's event. We'll be going over CCMS solutions for Texas providers or childcare management solutions. And we'll dive in the second half of our presentation into the two options that we're providing through our free shared services. So as a reminder, through the Texas Family Childcare Network, we are offering free one-year licenses to two CCMS options, Playground and Brightwheel, and we will go over those options towards the second half of the presentation today. I'm going to just give it one moment, but as y'all are entering, feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. You can say your name and your hometown. I would love to just, start to establish some connections between each other. My name is Ava. I'll be leading today's session. I am one of the project coordinators for the Texas Family Child Care Networks, and one of my colleagues, Carlos, is here as well. He'll be manning support. So if there's any questions in the chat, I'll be addressing those as we progress through the session, but Carlos can also reference some as well. But I'm going to get started, and as we progress, we can let some people in. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to today's event on streamlining childcare operations through childcare management systems. As I said, my name is Ava Altman, and I am the project coordinator for this Texas Family Childcare Network. As I said, before we dive in, feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat, type your name, your hometown. We'd love to see kind of how far and wide our Texas childcare community can reach today. So for today's event, we're going to explore how childcare management systems, or CCMSs, can completely transform your daily operations. So this session will be somewhat interactive. We'll have two polls during our session, and feel free to use the chat, and then we'll have a dedicated time for questions at the end of the session as well. And then one more thing before we start, as I said, we do have some incredible resources available to you throughout this Texas Family Child Care Network, including free one-year licenses to two top CCMS platforms. So stick around until the end because I'll show you exactly how to access that resource. But let's jump in. Wonderful. So disclaimer, this project is supported by the Administration for Children and Families of the United States Department of Health and Human Services as part of a financial assistance award totaling $5,378,809, with 100% funded by ACF HHS. The information contained here has been prepared by Civitas Strategies and is not intended to constitute legal, tax, or financial advice. The Civitas Strategies team has used reasonable efforts in collecting, preparing, and providing this information, but does not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, adequacy, or currency. The publication and distribution of this information are not intended to create, and receipt does not constitute an attorney-client or any other advisory relationship. Reproduction of this information and recording of this content, including the use of AI, are expressly prohibited. Only non-commercial uses of this work are permitted. So today we're going to cover 4 key areas that will help you understand and implement childcare management systems in your business. First, we'll define what exactly a childcare management system is and how it works, and then we'll explore the concrete ways a CCMS can help your specific business operations and bottom line. Next, we'll walk through the practical steps of how to select and implement the right CCMS for your needs. And then finally, we'll discuss the specific Texas FCCN licenses options available to you as Texas providers. So by the end of our time together, hopefully y'all will have a pretty clear roadmap for leveraging technology within this regard for CCMSs to streamline your childcare business operations. Let's start by understanding where everyone is in their CCMS journey. So we're going to launch this first poll. So you'll see you're going to select an option that will best describe your current experience with childcare management system. So your options are A, never used one; B, currently researching options; C, currently using one; D, CCMS expert; or E, not sure what a CCMS is. So feel free to put in your answers in the poll. Take a moment to respond here. And once again, do not worry if you are new to this concept. That's exactly why we're here today, right? So understanding your starting point can really help us tailor our discussion to be the most valuable for everyone here. So, seeing some answers come in the chat. Wonderful. Okay, never used one. Great. Currently using one. Wonderful. Okay, feel free to keep having those answers flow in and to still not sure what a CCMS is. Wonderful. We will go through that. Wonderful, y'all. Feel free to start to keep putting in those answers. So let's start with the basics. A childcare management system is essentially a software application that's specifically designed to help childcare business owners like yourself manage your operations more efficiently and effectively. So think about it like your digital assistant that brings together all the different pieces of running your childcare business in one centralized platform. So instead of juggling multiple spreadsheets and paper files and different systems, a CCMS gives you a comprehensive suite of tools designed specifically for the unique needs of childcare providers, all accessible from one place. So, a quality CCMS helps you manage the core aspects of your business that probably take up most of your administrative time right now. So, this can include attendance tracking, enrollment management, right? So, this can help you easily see who's present each day and manage your enrollment pipeline. It can handle all of your children's files digitally, making it easy to access immunization records, emergency contacts, and other important information instantly. The billing and payment features automate much of your financial processes while staff scheduling tools help you manage your team effectively. Family communication becomes streamlined through integrated messaging, and the reporting and data collection features give you insight into your business that can help you make better business decisions and even meet regulatory requirements as well. So, how can a CCMS cut costs? As a child care provider, you should aim to spend a certain percentage of your time on administrative tasks, right? So, by implementing a child care management system that automates many of these tasks, you can actually reduce the amount of time that you're spending on these tasks and increase the time that you have available for providing quality care for children. So, here are some of the typical benefits of a CCMS. First, by automating tasks and providing tools for communication and scheduling, a childcare management system can improve efficiency and allow you to focus on providing quality care for children. Second, by issuing invoices, reducing outstanding debt, and automating or automatically adding in late fees, a CCMS ensures that you are paid the money owed to you. Third, a childcare management system can help reduce errors in billing, invoicing, and record keeping, which can save you money by avoiding some costly mistakes. Fourth, by providing this user-friendly online portal and communication tools, a childcare management system can actually improve family satisfaction, right, and reduce the need for someone in the program to handle phone calls or emails, which can then in turn save on time and labor costs there. And lastly, a childcare management system can help reduce paper usage by storing records and other documents electronically, which can save on printing and storage costs. So start by looking at activities that are particularly time consuming or repetitive or those that require a high level of accuracy. This is going to help you see how it may be helpful for cutting costs within your own business. Some ideas of the types of activities to consider include billing and invoicing, parent and caregiver communication, organizing children's files, including immunization due dates and health checks, compliance with regulations, staff scheduling, tracking and managing enrollment, and reporting and record keeping. So perhaps completing a simple time study can help you better understand the types of administrative tasks you are spending your time on. So I want to challenge you all to track your time for a week or two on paper or spreadsheet and see how much time you are spending on common tasks. This can be done for your position as a childcare business owner. And in doing this time study will not only help you identify potential efficiencies, but it can also help illuminate the type of task that you want to work on first. So for example, if timely billing and payment is an issue, you may want to work on that module of your CCMS first to get that up and running. Okay, y'all, we are going to focus on poll 2 right now. So Carlos is going to launch that. So based on kind of this quick overview, right, which of these CCMS features excites you the most? Your options are automated billing and payments, family communication tools, attendance and enrollment tracking, record management, business insights and reporting, or something else. Feel free to share in the chat if there's something else that was really exciting to you or something that you've implemented in the past. For my current current CCMS users? What has been the best feature or the best win that you've experienced throughout your CCMS journey within your childcare business, right? Once again, finding out what excites you, recognizing after you've done this time study or recognizing an area for improvement or efficiency, right? Creating that area to decrease the time that you need to commit in one certain area of your business is a wonderful starting point to understand, okay, how can I then launch this CCMS into my business, or how can I optimize this CCMS for my business? I'm seeing a split answer here between automated billing and payments, wonderful, and attendance and enrollment tracking. Yes, I would say transparently, these are probably the most common two that I've seen when talking with childcare providers here. Automated billing and payments is going to be very important for ensuring that you have that best case scenario for your cash flow, right? So your CCMS tool can really help you to ensure that everything is staying on track and all of your payments are being automated. You're getting the money when you need it. And then that attendance and enrollment tracking, absolutely, right? I always say knowledge is power. If you can understand, okay, enrollment trends, attendance trends, making sure that once again, how can that play into your cash flow? Are you getting the enrollment numbers that you need, revenue that you need to match your expenses on your budget, right? And for anyone who kind of wants to take a step back or who wants to revisit some of those financial foundations, would strongly urge signing up for our Financial Foundations micro learning track. We also offer one-on-one coaching as well, but it'll go back to, okay, how can I create a budget? How can I create this cash flow scenario for my business? Going back to those basics to ensure that you have a great and strong financial foundation for your childcare business that you can grow from a that good foundation. But wonderful answers I'm seeing. Yes, great answers for the billing and the payment and the attendance and enrollment tracking as well. As I said, yes, those are typically the most two common sought out of features. So kind of right on line with what we're seeing for trending. Wonderful. So now is the exciting part, right? So you're selecting a childcare management system. It's really important to consider a range of factors to ensure that the tool that you select meets the specific needs of your childcare business. So some key considerations is one, features, right? Look for a system that includes the features you need to manage your business efficiently. It could be, right, enrollment, attendance tracking, personnel management if you have staff, billing and payment processing, accounting, family communications, organizing children's records and reporting, right? Tracking your time here would also be a really beneficial feature if you could have something that's tracking your time in your CCMS. Number two is going to be ease of use, right? So the system should be user-friendly and easy to navigate, both for you and also for, right, the families or the caregivers that you're servicing. Three is going to be customer support. I always think this is really important. Look for a system that offers robust customer support, including technical assistance and even training resources in the language spoken by different groups of people who will be using this tool, right? So let's say you're implementing a CCMS and you want to ensure that if you are serving Spanish-speaking families, that there is a Spanish version of the app, or if there's Spanish tools and a Spanish FAQ, so they can ensure that the parent is also having that ease of use on their end. Four is going to be compatibility. So ensure that the system that you're choosing, your CCMS, is compatible with your existing hardware and software, including any computers or mobile devices that are used by staff or parents or caregivers, and also, right, compatible with key programs that you're using, like, for example, if you're using QuickBooks for accounting or if you're using Gusto for payroll, try to ensure that the CCMS that you're selecting is compatible with those existing pieces of technology. I also want to do a quick plug in here. We are offering free tablets as a part of our Texas Family Childcare Network as well. So let's say maybe you have an outdated, piece of hardware and you want to have this CCMS license, but you want to ensure that it's running on a technology that will be compatible with a specific CCMS you choose. Through the Texas Family Childcare Network, we are offering free tablets, either iPads or Samsungs, for select individuals. So if you are interested, all the information is on our website. And Carlos, actually, if you have the time, you could put that link in the chat as well. You do need to opt in and apply for that. Not 100% guaranteed you are on a scoring, but feel free to reach out if you have any questions for that. Moving on, another thing to consider when you're selecting a CCMS is cost, right? Consider the cost of the system and figure out if it fits within your budget. Make sure to ask about, if there's a one-time setup fee or if there's any ongoing fees or if there's any payment fees, right? For if you're paying with a credit card, etc. With this too, pricing, right? So make sure that you're checking your CCMS's pricing. Some systems may charge just a flat rate. Maybe, some others actually charge based on the number of children that are enrolled in your care or the number of staff members that you have, right? All charge typically have some payment processing fees too. Is it monthly? Is it a weekly billing? Is it a yearly billing? Is there a startup fee, right? So understanding what prices or what costs that you have and when. And then with this too, right, payment processing time. So if there's parents paying you for your service through the portal or through the CCMS, ensure that you're understanding that payment processing time. Some systems actually differ in how quickly these family and other payments will be deposited into your business bank account. So ensure that that timeline aligns with what you need. And then lastly, as I said, reviews and recommendations, right? So read reviews from other childcare providers, seek recommendations from colleagues to help inform your decision as well. For those of you who maybe have not been involved through the Texas Family Childcare Network, we are also hosting regional coffee and conversation meetings. So this is where you can network with other home-based childcare providers in your area. This can be a great setting for you to discuss, hey, what CCMS are you using and what do you like about it and why, right? This can be a great opportunity to get those recommendations and reviews for CCMSs or other technologies and tools in those networking spaces. And then lastly, another thing to consider when selecting CCMS is once again, right, those online reviews. We always recommend the site Capterra. That's a site where you can check online reviews for various softwares. CCMS vendors will also provide demos for you and your team. So in order to maximize in order to maximize your time during this demonstration, it's best to prepare for your demo by bringing a set of specific questions, right? So rather than asking, oh, can your tool do XYZ? Ask, okay, please show me how this tool does XYZ. So that you leave each demo with a clear sense of how your most urgent business issues can be addressed, right? And another good question to ask is how many providers license a CCMS in your state, right? So in the state of Texas, how many providers license this specific CCMS? So this will help you get the better idea of their familiarity with your specific regulatory needs and your ability to find peer providers to assist in troubleshooting or advanced learning of the system. I see a question in the chat. What is the difference between a CCMS and Brightwheel? Great question. So CCMS is going to be this umbrella term of, right, childcare management system, and Brightwheel is going to be one CCMS. We're actually about to go through just a couple more slides, and then we'll go through the differences between Brightwheel and Playground. So those are our two free licenses that we are offering through the Texas Family Childcare Network. But Brightwheel is a CCMS. So Brightwheel is a type of childcare management system. Great question. Wonderful. So once you've decided on a childcare management system, how do you go about implementing it, right? We have a couple steps that we always recommend. First is plan the implementation. You can always work with a vendor. You can even work with one of our Texas Family Childcare coaches in a one-on-one coaching session to develop an implementation plan. It can include timelines, milestones, responsibilities from the vendor, your staff, families, etc. Two, then you want to train yourself and also train your families, right? Training is crucial to the success of this implementation. It's important to provide training to both yourself and potentially those parents as well who will be using the system. Three is test it. Before fully implementing the system, conduct a test using real data, and maybe if you have staff members, you can involve them who will be using the system to identify any issues or concerns early. Step 4 is rolling out the system, right? Once the system is complete, roll it out gradually to avoid overwhelming yourself, your staff, maybe, families. Begin with a small group of users and then gradually expand the rollout as everyone becomes more comfortable with the system. And you'll also want to make sure that you're communicating, right, with these parents and caregivers about this new system and how they can use it. I always like to recommend giving them the why for this transition, right? This can help parents and caregivers see this change as a program strength, not just a complication. And then lastly, right, evaluate and adjust. After the system has been in place for maybe 3 to 6 months, you should check in with your business, check in with your parents for feedback on implementation. You may find that you want to make changes to the system or provide additional training or support or just processes and procedures to improve your experience for yourself or if you have staff, families, etc. So it does take some effort, right? But implementing a CCMS can bring many benefits to childcare business owners. As we said, increased efficiency, improved communication with families, reduced administrative costs, etc. So by carefully planning the implementation process and addressing potential challenges upfront, providers can really successfully implement a childcare management system and truly enjoy the benefits that it brings for your business. So we're going to move on to part two of this presentation. So we're going to talk now about the specific options available to Texas Family Child Care members. Through our partnership, we're able to offer you access to two excellent CCMS platforms, Brightwheel and Playground. So both of these systems have been selected specifically because they meet the needs of family childcare providers and offer excellent value and functionality. So as a reminder, we are offering free one-year licenses to both of these CCMS platforms. We're going to go through each of them so you understand somewhat of the difference between both, but know that both of these platforms are actually offering demos and calls where you can sign up with individuals and representatives from both Brightwheel and Playground to have in that maybe that more personalized conversation to ensure which one fits your business best. Additionally, on our Texas Family Child Care Network website, there is a vendor selection guide that you can access that walks you through the different features of each in a very comprehensive comparison table. So let's start off with Brightwheel. Brightwheel is one of the most trusted and widely used childcare management platforms across the country. Today, Brightwheel is actually being used by over 500 childcare programs in the state of Texas and growing. So this slide highlights the key categories of Brightwheel's comprehensive management tools designed to help family childcare providers significantly reduce the time spent on daily operational tasks. So from managing check-in and check-out to maintaining daily records, overseeing payments, Brightwheel centralizes all these functions in one easy-to-use platform. So this allows providers to spend less time on logistics and more time on what matters most, right? Nurturing the children in their care and building strong relationships with families. So we have 3 slides where I explore some of these popular tools that Brightwheel provides provides. So one, streamlined family engagement and communication, all on one centralized platform. Waitlist and enrollment tracking for managing prospective and incoming students, digital student paperwork and information collection, billing, payment, and expense management, and then powerful reporting tools for monitoring attendance, finances, menus, and more. So whether you prefer to manage your program from a computer or a tablet or even your mobile phone, your Brightwheel account is fully accessible across all devices. So when you're ready, families in your program will receive an invitation to download the Brightwheel app to their mobile devices, making it easy to stay connected. Once your account is set up, you'll be matched with a dedicated onboarding coach who will guide you through every step of the process. Your coach will provide one-on-one support, help you explore the full range of features, and ensure you're set up for success with the tools that best suit your needs. Even beyond onboarding, you'll always have a dedicated Brightwheel team member available to support you throughout your journey. So at this time of year, right, many childcare providers are looking for ways to get organized. Whether you're returning from summer break or you're supporting families year round, it's a great opportunity to explore Brightwheel, right? As I said, which is designed to help manage all parts of a program in one simple, easy to use system. Providers who use Brightwheel often report saving over 20 hours a month on administrative tasks. And these time savings come from the way the platform helps streamline your daily checklist and organize everything from family communication to staff coordination to billing, compliance in the software, right? Many tasks that are often managed on paper, like attendance tracking, health checks, parent and caregiver signatures, can all be done digitally. For example, at check-in and check-out, families simply enter a code or scan their Brightwheel app to sign their child in. This makes arrival and departure times smoother and frees up staff to focus on what matters most, caring for children. One feature that stands out is the paperwork and admissions tool. So this allows providers to manage all the forms and documents that they are required to collect and have on hand throughout the year in a child's file. Individual forms can even be added to a digital admissions packet that is sent directly to families who complete and sign everything right on their phone. Brightwheel has uploaded many of the required forms for Texas licensing, so providers can simply select the ones that they need and send them out in just a few clicks. If providers would like, they can create an application in Brightwheel that they link their website or Facebook page. So families can automatically add their child to a program's waitlist or indicate interest to a provider and let them know they'd like to take a tour or learn more about enrollment. From there, y'all can monitor waitlists by student age or by status to ensure that you're maximizing enrollment without ever bypassing required ratios. Brightwheel also offers powerful reporting tools, so attendance and immunization records can be tracked and submitted for licensing with built-in alerts for any upcoming or overdue vaccines. For any program that participates in CACFP, meal reports can be submitted directly through the platform for reimbursement, and the financial reporting features help providers stay on top of billing, payments, and overall cash flow. On the family side, right, many families say they love using Bright Wheels because it helps them stay connected to what's happening in their child's day, even when they're at work. So you as a provider can quickly and easily record key daily updates like meals, bottles, snaps, diaper changes, etc., by adding them to one or more child's digital feeds, often with just one easy click. Updating Brightwheel is as simple as posting to essentially a social media feed, right? Providers can instantly let families know when a nap time starts, how many ounces a child drank from their last bottle, or share any observations made about a child's development. It's a simple, seamless way to keep parents and caregivers in the loop throughout the day. In addition to activity updates, Brightwheel also includes a built-in messaging tool, which allows providers and families to exchange messages, photos, videos, and documents directly through the app. So families really appreciate this ease of communication, and you as a provider benefit from keeping everything organized in one place without needing to send messages from a personal phone number or respond to late night texts outside of business hours. So this messaging feature includes convenient tools like read receipts, right, marking messages as read or unread, and allows you to send files like PDFs, all designed to keep parent communication clear and streamlined between you as a business owner and the families that you serve. Lastly here, while many families say that Brightwheel's communication features are their favorite part of a platform, a lot of business owners often highlight the billing and expense tracking tools as most impactful for their business. So Brightwheel allows providers to create fully customizable payment plans, making it easy to set up invoicing schedules that fit each family's needs, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or on a completely custom cadence. Invoices are sent out automatically, and families can submit payments directly through the app. These payment plans can also be split across multiple payers, including subsidy agencies, which are documented in Brightwheel as well. In fact, providers can submit their Brightwheel attendance directly through an integration with KinderTrack in Texas, allowing for you to easily submit your subsidy attendance records for payment. For added convenience, auto pay can also be enabled. So if a family's account or a card is automatically debited, reducing the need for manual follow-up or collecting cash or checks in person. In fact, 90% of providers report an increase on-time payments thanks to Brightwheel's combination of automated billing plans, payment reminders, and seamless processing. The platform also includes intuitive expense tracking tool that helps providers get a clear picture of their business's overall profit and loss. So you as a business owner can link your bank account, debit card, credit card to Brightwheel and allow transactions to be automatically imported. So then each of these purchases can be categorized, whether it's meals, cleaning supplies, classroom materials, and this makes budgeting and record keeping much simpler. The expense tracking tool includes a way to even take a photograph of each receipt and connect it to a specific transaction. So you no longer have to keep a box of your receipts on your office or on your desk, right? They're automatically linked to your account. For my in-home providers here, right, particularly enjoy that Brightwheel supports home space percentage tracking. So that means utilities and household expenses can be split and recorded accurately for tax purposes. And then when tax season rolls around, Brightwheel helps streamline that process too, automatically sending out tax documents to families and storing those records for easy access in the platform. In short, Brightwheel's billing and finance tools serve as a comprehensive solution for managing tuition, tracking expenses, and keeping providers organized and financially confident. And Overall, Bright Wheel has been so excited to be a part of this Texas Family Childcare Network, and they are so looking forward to connecting with any in-home family childcare providers like all of you on the call. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to texas@mybrightwheel.com. They can answer any specific questions. I'm going to put that email in the chat for you all. They can answer any questions when it comes to their specific platform features. If you have questions about eligibility or opting in, that can be directed to our Texas FCCN email, which I will share at the end of the session today. But before we move on to Playground, I see some questions in the chat. You have a registered daycare. Can CCMS help me for licensed daycare? Yes, the CCMS can help you regardless of your licensure status. You want to ensure that, however, if you want to make sure that you are eligible for the shared services, the free CCMS license, you want to make sure that you are licensed or registered before you are able to opt into that service. So as a part of the Texas Family Child Care Network, you must be licensed or registered in order to be eligible for those free 1-year CCMS licenses. Just keep that in mind. And then in which way CCMS can help you, director training, other training. So I think I'm interpreting this question correctly. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but there is going to be lots of training for CCMSs. There, as we said, you can make those connections with the various demos for Playground or Brightwheel. There's even a tool in our resource library that goes over kind of right what we talked about at the beginning of the session, the benefits of CCMSs, what it is, how to choose one, and the various features that you'll find across pretty much most CCMS tools. But wonderful. Okay. So we're going to move on to our second option here. Once again, right? As I said, if you are eligible, you are allowed to opt into 1 free year license for 2 CCMS tools, either Brightwheel, which we went over, or Playground, which we are going to go over right now. So let me introduce you to Playground. This is a company that's transforming childcare management through a mobile-first technology. So they're built by operators with generational experience in childcare, so they truly understand the daily challenges that providers face. Their platform is designed for 2025 and beyond. They're entirely mobile with a modern interface where everything can be managed from your phone, right? So you do not need to be stuck behind your desktop to run your business through Playground. Playground has earned hundreds of 4- and 5-star reviews across every ratings platform, including recognition by Forbes 30 Under 30. And Playground eliminates administrative work so that providers, right, business owners, you can focus on what really matters, providing incredible childcare. So over the next 3 slides, as I said, we're going to be talking about the specific features and impact that Playground has. Playground provides all the features that you need to operate and grow your childcare business in one comprehensive platform. They cover 3 core areas: billing, which includes subsidized care management, billing and invoicing, expense tracking and reporting; enrollment, featuring waitlist management, roster management, paperwork distribution, and websites; and attendance, with digital check-in, licensing compliance, plus profile management, communication, and food program features. What makes Playground truly powerful is that it's a complete solution, right? Not just some features, but everything you need to run your business. Because they offer more functions than some other competitors, Playground's able to serve more parts of these childcare management market more effectively. So you can do all these things and more from your phone with just your basic Playground subscription. And the results speak for themselves. So providers like Southern Oregon Head Start save $6,000 each month in operational costs and 30 minutes per site per day across 27 sites. Boys and Girls Club saw 93% decrease in delinquent payments and saves 3 hours weekly on payroll through their use of implementing Playground within their business operations. One of Playground's most powerful features is their integrated payroll system that lets you run payroll in minutes directly from your childcare management system. So if you have staff members, Playground can track staff time, lunches, breaks, PTO, and sick days all in the same place where you manage everything else, with payroll taxes automatically calculated, deducted, and paid for you. W-2s and 1099s are sent to your employees and contractors automatically, and they simplify employee onboarding with forms generated and collected directly in Playground. If you are migrating, for example, from one CCMS to a different one, they speed up this transition with a dedicated onboarding specialist. So This payroll feature isn't part of the basic subscription package. It's available as an additional option that demonstrates how Playground can help you do more with your time. So if you are a provider and you have multiple employees, you can offer those embedded payroll solutions. You can scan the QR code that is on the screen or visit tryplayground.com to schedule a demo with the team and see exactly how this integrated approach can streamline your operations. And then Playground makes getting started incredibly straightforward with their structured onboarding process for family childcare providers. Whether you're switching from another system or launching it for the first time, Playground has a clear plan with onboarding specialists ready to quickly and efficiently launch your program. The process starts with completing your roster and signing up for Stripe before your first call, then moves through two focused training sessions. Call 1 covers all system settings, billing and enrollment training, plus check-in and checkout processes, whereas Call 2 provides key features training and walks you through your first round of payments or new applicants. Once you've completed the process, you're fully onboarded with access to their help center and live chat support. What sets Playground apart is that they pair their streamed onboarding process with ongoing chat-based support that it's included as a part of your solution, ensuring that you are never left to figure things out on your own after launch. Wonderful. So those are kind of our two platforms that we're offering through this Texas Family Childcare Network, Brightwheel and Playground. So you're ready. Let's talk about something y'all are now excited about, right? How to get your hands on one of these free one-year CCMS licenses. I want to walk you through the step-by-step process because it's simpler than you may think. But there are still some important details that you need to know. Step 1 is join the network. First, you do need to be a member of the Texas FCCN network. If you are not already registered, you can easily sign up at texasfccn.org. Membership opens the door not just to CCMS licenses, but to all the coaching, resources, and other support services that I talked about during this presentation and more. Step 2 is eligibility. The main requirement for these licenses is that you must be licensed or registered as a Texas child care provider. This ensures that the program serves active providers who can immediately benefit from these tools. And you'll also need to, complete the Texas FCCN membership enrollment process to verify this. Step 3, this is going to be on you and you're kind of already involved in this with platform research, right? This is where you get to make that important decision. As we said, we offer those options for two excellent platforms, Brightwheel and Playground. I encourage you to research both options thoroughly. Look at their feature sets, watch demo videos, think about which aligns best with your specific business needs and workflow preferences. Step 4 is going to be your application or your opt-in. Once you've decided on your preferred platform, you'll complete your opt-in form. It's very straightforward. It's just basic information about your business, contact details, and then you indicate which platform you've chosen. This form is designed to be quick and easy to complete. And one thing I want to note here is please note that licenses are awarded based on your responses and eligibility criteria. So please answer accurately to ensure that the best chance of approval. Step 5 will be onboarding preparation. So here's what happens next. Around the middle of the month after you submit your application, you'll receive communication directly from your selected platform. This isn't just a generic email, right? They're going to provide specific onboarding information, access to those training resources, and details about the setup support available to you. Many home-based childcare providers, from when we've done this handoff before, find this personal touch really helpful in getting started successfully and transitioning this tool into their business. And then step 6, this is the exciting part, activation. Your free year begins. You'll have access to all the premium features of your chosen platform for a full 12 months at absolutely no cost. During this time, you can also continue to take advantage of Texas FCCN's ongoing coaching and support services to help you maximize the value you get from your new system. The key thing to remember here is that this isn't just about getting free software, right? It's about getting the support you need to implement it successfully. So we here at Texas Family Childcare Network and our two supporting vendors, Playground and Brightwheel, are committed to helping you succeed with these tools, not just giving you access to them. Wonderful. Okay, I know I just spit a lot at you, both about what a CCMS is, our two options through the Texas Family Childcare Network, and how to opt in. So I want to open up the floor to questions. If you have any questions, feel free to put your question in the chat, or you can also raise your hand. Either you can do so in your your camera, or you can do so with the Zoom, or you can just unmute and ask your question now. But I want to ensure that all questions are being answered here. Anyone have any questions? Some common questions that I can start off with based on my past experiences interacting with network members here is if you have an existing CCMS license, that is okay. You are still eligible for this. If you are an existing Brightwheel member, you can still opt in to another free 12 months through Brightwheel. So keep that in mind, regardless of what your CCMS status is right now, regardless of how you answered that first poll, you are eligible for this process. Wonderful. Any other questions? Okay, I'm going to move on. So, as we said, resources and next steps. So, I have linked the opt-in form to the CCMS opt-in right here on the screen. So you can scan that QR code, but it'll also be accessible via the Texas FCCN website. Some other resources that you can do is you can schedule one-on-one coaching. So through Texas Family Child Care Network, this is a personalized support where you can ask specific questions regarding your situation. Get help with applications, right? If you want one-on-one coaching to walk you through this opt-in or work through specific challenges of figuring out if the CCMS is going to be applicable to you or not. Also recommend joining a regional network meeting. These happen throughout Texas and are great for connecting with other providers in your area. You can use these as opportunities to build relationships, share resources, and learn from people who are further along in the process. So we do have 10 regional meetings a month. Feel free to check our event calendar on our website to get connected with other network members and family childcare providers near you. And then lastly, right, feel free to visit our resource library, which has a lot of different templates, checklists, forms, and guides that help you save time and help you ensure that you don't miss any important steps. Feel free to visit texasfccn.org for any related resources, more additional statewide events like this one, and free one-on-one business coaching. Speaking of business coaching, we do have a lot of different topics that we're touching on for our coaching. We have small group coaching here through our micro learning tracks and all of the different topics that you see on your screen. We have more level 2 or specific individualized coaching here on our one-on-one coaching, all the topics that you see on your screen and more. So keep that in mind. With that, as a reminder, feel free to scan this QR code that you're seeing on your screen. This will bring you to the Texas FCCN website. Whether you're licensed, registered, listed, or considering starting your family childcare business, this network is offering targeted resources designed for your success. So feel free to visit that website or scan the QR code for more information. But with that, that is the end of today's CCMS event. Thank you all for joining. Feel free to opt into that CCMS if you are ready. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at the contact information that you see on your screen, texasfccn@civstrat.com for email, 210-503-8105 for phone, and then more information can be found on our website, texasfccn.org. Our team is here ready to support you and answer any questions that you may have about CCMS licenses, coaching, support, anything else regarding the Texas Family Child Care Network. But with that, that is the end of today's session. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll stay on in case there's any other lingering questions in terms of opting in for a CCMS license, which platform can do best for your business, and where you can find more information. But thank you all so much for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Thanks, y'all.